right? You can spare 5 minutes, right? Okay, good.
It's your coffee started.
I know. Well, take that. You're gonna see you in April.
Okay.
That's spicy here. Okay. So I want you to think about, how do you see your business, like in your mind's eye? Like when you think about your business, or you're laying awake at night, you're trying to fall asleep, waiting for the melatonin to kick in. That's me. How do you see your business? Do you see it as a business? Do you see it as more just this kind of thing you do, and whatever happens with it, happens with it? How do you actually see your business? And what are you telling yourself day in and day out? Because I'm a big believer, one of the reasons I'm so insistent on positivity on our team page is because I know that most of us struggle with that. A lot of us tell ourselves things that we would never say to anyone out loud, or never say to our kids. You kind of know what I'm talking about? This kind of negative, downer, bummer talk that a lot of us struggle with. And if you're struggling with that, with how you see it in your business, it's not going to help. It's not going to help. And so I want you to think about, I know this is kind of cliche, but there's a reason why cliches are cliche. Because they're true, right? And if you knew that you couldn't fail at something with Pampered Chef, like if you knew you could not fail, failure was not going to happen, it was not even a possibility, what goal would you set for yourself and your business by next conference, beginning of August? What would you see yourself doing? What could you see if you go to conference, which, by the way, you absolutely should come to conference. Absolutely. It should be non-negotiable. It should be on your family calendar. Everybody should know about it, and it should be budgeted for now. And you guys get these nice little flights that are way cheaper than us flying from Idaho. Let me just say. So I've always had a hard time. I'm like, Carrie, they could get. Well, she lived in St. Louis. I'm like, those girls can get on a train.
They can drive 4 hours.
They can drive 3 hours. I'm like, what is the problem? So you guys are still, you're way closer to Chicago than I am, right? So our team pays hefty airline fees, and we go, right? You guys can get a good rate. Cammy's always watching. Want to see you all there next year. But let's assume that you are there. What would you see yourself doing at conference? Would you see yourself going there as a director with your own team? Would you see yourself going as a team leader with a couple other friends with you? What would you see? What would you want to see?
So is this realistic, or are you like shooting for the stars? Because I want a headline. I want my own session. I want to be on the stage. I'm going to tell these ladies how you do it.
I love it.
She just said it out loud.
You would fail. I said, if you would fail, what would you say? So that was the perfect, actually the perfect response.
And they usually have one inspirational speaker at conference that is somebody's that had, and it's not only that somebody's
There's more than that, but you're thinking of
right.
specific thing.
But they have one session or whatever where somebody gets to speak on stage in front of the entire group that's had some real kind of cool story, and it may not be overly dramatic or whatever, but it's a cool story that was been able to share. So yes, that can be.
Actually, you could be that.
You could be that one person that had that inspirational story that you rose from da-da-da-da.
There's more than one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had 2 or 3 this time. We had 3 this time.
Really cool, but this is mine.
I didn't know. She's like, y'all step back. This is mine.
Hold on, let's not burst your bubble.
It's going to be awesome. You can absolutely do it. But you have to tell yourself. You have to see it. You have to say it. You have to stop talking to yourself in ways that you know you shouldn't be talking about.
Where did we hear that? The Mary Lou Retton. Did we hear that at retreat?
boards, yeah.
Yeah, but the Mary Lou Retton story, and I don't know if you're familiar with, but obviously she was an Olympic gold medalist or whatever, and she when she went through and she won her gold medal, they got on the stage and said, well, how do you feel? She goes, I've already done it 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
Because with her and her coach, from the very beginning, she says, I'm going to be a gold medalist. They're like, okay. She goes, no, really. And she wrote it out. And she said it to herself every single day. She visualized it.
Saw it happening.
Saw it happening every single step, every single move of her routine, and got it perfect, everything. She goes, when I got that perfect 10, she goes, I already seen it 100,000 times. Every day I told myself that story. and I visualize it.
Yeah, there's just something about it moves your, I'm not talking about hocus pocus, all the new agey stuff. I'm just saying, but there is something about setting your mind towards something.
Wait, you tell your brain.
And you either tell yourself, I'm no good at this, I can't get any bookings, nobody likes me. The girls today, some of them were saying, my show must not be any fun. You know, I mean, whatever it is you're telling yourself, you need to stop it and you need to refocus and you need to tell yourself, you know, the thing that was really pivotal for me years ago, that we had a special speaker at one of our conferences, and his name was Jim Cathcart. And he said, a good question to ask yourself is, and I absolutely do this, how would the person I would like to be do what I'm about to do? How would the person I'd like to be do what I'm about to do? So, for example, when you have an opportunity to talk, to speak up about your business, I bet you're feeling a little reluctant. You need to think about, what would Cammie do right now? Okay, I'm just gonna channel Cammie. I used to always, for me, my person was Erica Solberg. I'm like, I'm just gonna channel Erica until it becomes you, right? You become that. You just start being yourself. You're being yourself, but you're like trying to just step outside of yourself a little bit. Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, I'm glad.
So say your
Okay, the quote again is, how would the person I would like to be do what I'm about to do? So that means you have to think about what somebody who's successful in something that you want to do. How would they do it? Well, you know the answer. You already know the answer. You're just not doing it.
Yeah, it's like the what would Jesus do?
Yeah. It is. You know, it is kind of, yeah. It's what should, and you can think of anybody that you know that's, you know, successful in this business that you're like, you know, what would she do right now? Well, I pretty much know the answer to that. Because you intuitively already know what to do, most likely. Now, if you don't, we got training for that. We can fix that. That's no problem. We've got a lot of training. We can train. But what we can't do is, like, you know, we can encourage you. We can speak, you know, encouragement to you. We can, you know, tell you this is how to do it. This is what to say. But you have to be the one that steps out there and does it, right? So you got to start taking control of what you're thinking about, how you're, you know, what direction are your thoughts going every day. And think about what you want to do. And if I can see it right now. Can you see Alicia? I can see Alicia up there on that. I can see it. I see her up there on the big screen. You ready to be on the big screens? There's big screens around. Okay, big screen, and we're all crying about her story. I see it right this second. And absolutely, and I see that for anything that you want to do. See, I can see it as Cammie sees it. You gotta see it for yourself. You know, that whole thing about our promotion to an executive team, there were so many times where I visualized what it was going to be like to walk the stage at conference, right, as an executive director. I saw it over. I knew what I was going to wear. I visualized it. I thought about it. I just, and when it happens at that moment, I don't even know how to tell you how it feels. Something you've been seeing in your head and you're doing it is the most exhilarating feeling. I just can't even describe it. And it was the same thing when I promoted to director. It was the same thing when I promoted to advanced. I saw it and saw it and saw it and saw it, and that's why right now I see us promoting to a senior executive team. Don't you guys see it? Wouldn't it be great to go to conference as a senior executive team? You do understand that you are part of that, yeah? You got that, right? Would that not be the most incredible thing to be like one of, I don't know, we only have like maybe 10 senior executive directors. There's not very many. Wouldn't that be incredible? Okay, I'm really going over. Like, wrap it up, Tracy. All right. So listen, we are here for you. Yeah, I'm going to give you my business card. I hope I have enough.
I have an extra one.
If not, you guys can friend me on Facebook, and I'll put you in Hustle if you want. If you don't want, that's okay. But otherwise, you know, consider us friends now, and we'll help you get to wherever you want to go. Okay? You can take this business to wherever you want it to go. But you just have to ask for help. You gotta act on the help you get, and you gotta just take it one day at a time. Keep doing it, okay? Thank you guys for letting me come tonight.